Hey y'all, it's Mother, and y'all know I'm here because I got something to say. Look, I'm gonna try my best to make this fast. So, look, last night I had my books, like a couple books that I have on my deck, right? That I be having out here because one day I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna read it. I like to just have the different options, right? So, the books that I had out here got wet yesterday. If y'all can see, I got a couple of books here, I got a couple of books here on my counter because some of them was on my table, right? And last night it rained. So I come out here, right? This was on my counter in my kitchen. So I come out here, right, to sit this on the deck, right? And it was like this. But then I flipped it open because I'm like, maybe I need to let the pages, dry because the pages is wet. So let me open it. Y'all, look what I opened the page on. Chapter 8, Help Me Be Social. Now, for those of you who do not know, my child is autistic, okay? My youngest son is. It doesn't matter which end of the spectrum he on. He just know he on it, okay? So it's something there that is different, a little bit different. So I have been like over these years with raising him for these 12 years, I always had a problem with, you know, trying to help him communicate or teach him how to, right? So today, when this happened, right, with the book, I took the book and it made me go in there. It's a number 11 on my phone because my phone, again, is about to die, and 218. So then I took the book in the house and I looked and I went and I started reading it because I'm like, oh my God, how is God? So I took it and I started reading. Y'all, my hair growing back, so oh my gosh, it's making me itchy. I know how it go. So I flipped the page. I started reading it, right, and when I'm reading it, I was just so pushed, so moved that I had to go call him, and I'm like, I'm gonna read this to you, and I'm like, tell me if any of this sound familiar to you. So I read it to him, right, just a quick little short part of it, and he's like, I read one sentence and he would respond, and I would read another, he would respond. But while I'm doing this, my spirit in my head is telling me, do you see yourself in him? Do any of these things, like, when I'm asking him, my spirit asking me, like, do any of these sound familiar to you? And as I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God. So I started pouring out to my son, telling him, I'm like, oh my God, son. I was like, telling him the same thing, like how it was so hard for me to communicate with him because just like him, I struggle with the same things. Like, I don't have no friends because, not because, well, it's apportioned because part of me want friends, but another part of me don't really feel like I want to go through all that stress of trying to be friends. And here's why: because like my son is on the spectrum, I believe that I am on the spectrum. I believe that I do or I do hold some of the qualities or the qualifications to someone that is autistic. Some of the same things that I noticed that my son was dealing with through life so far, I realized that I've been dealing with these same things for 36 years of my life. Boom. The thing is, my mom never knew because not because she didn't want to know, it's just because as a single mama she had so many things going on in life that she didn't really feel like she could make the time that she needed to attend to us as her kids. So that put us in a position to tend for each other. And me saying that is me saying that I realized in that moment when I flipped that book open, that wet book that God allowed me to leave on the porch last night, it rained on that book because he knew that today I was going to bring that book out here on this table to dry it out and I was going to see that page. But confirmation 108 on my phone, 1420 as well. But I have realized in that quick moment, I looked at each one of my sons and I said, dang, my oldest son, he has a lot of stored up anger, or he got a lot of stored up pain that's coming out as anger, like it's making him lash out. That's me. My middle son, he it's so many things, like his detaching, like he disconnect, he just completely disconnects from his emotions entirely in order to mask his pain. That's me. I did that. Sometimes I probably still do it, or I'm probably doing it now. And then, like I said, my youngest son, I have the same things that's going on with all of my kids. Each one of my children is me. And the crazy thing is, I didn't never be able to, I feel like I could never get a hold of it because confirmation 108, 1422, and 222 on the clock, and then I see 517. But the reason why I could never get a hold of it was because they are three mirror reflections that I live with every day, right? I have to see these boys every single day, right? So what was happening was that, dang, somebody hit something. Or what is that? And that's what I seen. Somebody scratched something. Oh my God, now I just seen a vision of 12/15/2018 in the back of my mama apartment when we was living in Carrington Park. I had a vision in the sky. I seen a vision in the sky, right? And I was standing on her porch. It was a vision of a giant in the clouds. And he was so scary looking, I was scared. Hey, baby. I mean, I don't want to get too distracted. But, so I started seeing that each one of my children is me. They are each a mirror reflection of something that I need to fix or that I need to work on. Because, and it's been tormenting. That's why it's hard for us to raise kids, because our kids is our shadow selves. Like, those is our childhood wounds that we need to heal. And our children are the flesh, the living wound. Like, God is allowing us to be able to physically heal our wounds by nursing our wound. Like, my children are my wounds, and each one of them is a wound that I need to heal. And me knowing this is me realizing that I still got a lot of work I need to do. But me knowing this now also is me knowing that now I know what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Dang, that's so crazy. Oh my God. I'm telling you, by 0218, I don't know if it's going to be next year, the year after that, but 0218. Just remember that date now that I'm telling y'all that.